Welcome to our home. This is my office, our bedroom, sink, laundry area. Well, let's see if we can find some hope for your home today. What would an office be like without a printer? There's always something to copy, file, or print, right? But it's expensive. If you think gas is through the roof now, do you have any idea how much printer ink costs? According to several recent articles, printer ink ranges from an average $2,700 up to $9,000 per gallon. That's a liquid more expensive than human blood, but just behind mercury, insulin, and Chanel No. 5. That's why I try not to spill a drop when it comes time to fill her up at my printer. I used to have a little series of tubes, plugs, and tape to refill my own cartridges, and afterwards I had purple fingers for days. Oh, I tried to be careful, and I even wore gloves, but ink leaked on everything. One drop could ruin a shirt, a pair of pants, or the carpet, and it was almost impossible to get the stain out. But hey, we've come a long way from the old mimeograph machines, spirit duplicators, risographs, and even copiers. My all-in-one Epson inkjet 2850 does the little jobs just fine, and I love the ink tank refill system. Now watch how this happens. I reach in my drawer, pull out my tank, lift the printer head, lift the simple little lid on there, unscrew the lid, stick this in here, glug, 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 and then put it back together, pull that down, done. I think 1 Thessalonians 5:22 might be a good slogan to put on every ink cartridge. Abstain from all appearance of evil. Not only should we refrain from evil, but also anything that even looks like it. That's why, as a believer, there are certain things I don't do. Games I don't play, movies I don't watch, places I don't go. Putting myself in a place where evil lurks is a setup for failure. I know my flesh. Also, who might be hindered in their walk with God by seeing me do something questionable or go somewhere shady? I've learned over the years that when it comes to evil, either abstain or be stained. That's what happened to King David. Gratefully, his awful sins of adultery and murder were forgiven by a merciful God. But in Psalm 51, David cried out, "My sin is ever before me." You see, sin can be confessed and cleansed, but often the stain of sin lingers. Here's a card I found attached to my suit after a dry cleaning. It says, "We have tried and tried, but we find that the stains on this garment cannot be removed without possible injury to the color or fabric. This has been called to your attention so that you will know it has not been overlooked." Stains come with a price tag. My wife has several laundry stain removers right here on the shelf. It says so right on the label. In fact, she's actually making her own stain remover right now using peroxide and some other ingredients. "Hey, honey, it seems to be working great. The stain in my shirt is gone, but there's a hole there now big enough to put my finger through." Just kidding. My advice, learned by failing so often, is be careful. Evil prowls everywhere. Satan is tricky and sin will try to destroy you. Don't let it. If you're down, get up. If you're in a tough spot, choose freedom and get out. If what you're offered is questionable, get away. Jabez prayed in 1 Chronicles 4:10, "Keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me." So the next time you're refilling or changing your ink or toner cartridges, think carefully. You're worth way more than printer ink. That's why Jesus shed his precious blood for you. Now, let's live like it. Maybe that will be some hope for your home from ours.